I thought things be different by now. I thought I'd be lifting my crown. Enemy sneak this in a frown. I don't wanna ever let you down. I thought things be different by now. I thought I'd be lifting my crown. Enemy sneak this in a frown. I don't wanna ever let you down. But I do every day, and that goes without saying. Yeah, I do every day, and that goes without saying. Bad decision after bad decision.
YouTube, good morning. Today is Wednesday. I am off from work today, which is a beautiful thing. So I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get a good amount of work done for YouTube, for other things, other projects that I'm working on right now. We're still on 75 Hard. Today is day 60. As you can see, I've got this little meal right over here. All it is, just English muffin, banana, peanut butter, and honey on it. Really tasty stuff. I'm not going to lie. Started doing this just because I saw Nick Bear do it in a video on a pre-workout, pre-run situation, and I was like, that looks really tasty. So I tried it, and I absolutely love it. Cool stuff. New stuff. Got a tripod for the phone and a way to be able to hold the phone on the tripod. So we'll do a little bit of an unboxing of that here in just a little bit. Really excited to try that out. I'm going to use it all day today and just work with it. But I'm excited for this one because it's a bendy tripod. So you can see here, they've got it bent. You can wrap it around stuff. So I'm really excited to try this out. Maybe we'll take it to the gym and figure out what's cool about that. Really excited for today. I'm going to down this and get going. By the way, in case you guys are wondering why I'm in a different place with a different dog. Oakley's still here, but with a different dog, another different dog. Hi, Rosie. We're currently watching those two dogs for Carly's parents. They're gone until tomorrow, but it's been about 2-ish weeks. So we're almost out of this place, but this is their house, and it's really awesome to have a house instead of an apartment.
I don't wanna ever let you down. I thought things be different by now. That's what I thought I'd be lifting my crown. Yeah. Enemy sneak this in a frown. I don't wanna ever let you down. But I do every day, and that goes without saying. The bed that I made is the bed that I lay in. The sheets are too thin, I could barely feel them. Treating this hymn like a means to an end, no. I can feel the waves crashing now. The thoughts in my mind clashing now. I need a brief sense of relief, or for me to see. I have a sense of belief, yeah. Patience running dry. Do I let my mind sit, or do I run and hide?
Oh my gosh, I am pretty dang tired. I got sweat all up in my eyes. Holy crap. Okay, so we ended up going 10.8 miles here. You can see 10.8 miles, 49 minutes in total. Really good ride, really cool views. That was probably the best part, was the really cool views. Why is there a woodpecker on the roof? Woodpecking pecks. Anyways, I needed some food. Probably play with Oakley for a few minutes. And then I want to talk about being a beginner hybrid athlete. You guys already knew we had to have Daddy C-Bum on the TV. Just finished eating. Got puppy. But I want to have a sit-down chat with you guys real quick. This is a different format for me. I've never just talked straight to the camera like this before. I wanted to have a quick just discussion about... Hi. Anyways, I just wanted to have a quick discussion and kind of chat about my experience so far with 75 Hard. Now that we're 60 days into this, we're 15 days away from being done. What I've done, what I would do differently, also kind of my approach in sort of a beginner's journey on becoming a hybrid athlete, if you will. And if you guys aren't familiar with the term hybrid athlete, I'll explain it later. It wasn't necessarily my intention to go that route per se, but I really do like what it kind of is, right? So let's start with the 75 Hard stuff. So day 60 right now. There's a few things that I've really enjoyed about it, a few things that I would change my approach in thus far. So things I've really enjoyed, and actually let me turn that TV off real quick. Things I've really enjoyed about it definitely are, it's forced me to get creative with my workouts, or it had forced me to get creative with my workouts. Now, obviously I've got my coach kind of programming the conditioning side of things, but the first time I ever went through 75 Hard, I basically did a lot of walking with a handful of bike riding. I didn't think that was hard enough for me to go at it again. So this time I decided to add in running, which is something that I've always kind of wanted to get into, but every single time I had tried, I would get injured. So I remember like 2 years ago, I think it was, I was going for a run and I was trying to do 5 minutes on and 5 minutes off. And on my second 5 minute stint, my calf or my Achilles heel, I think it was my Achilles tendon, decided to just rupture, and I was limping for about 2 weeks after that. So I've had this kind of like in the back of my mind, this like, you can't go running, you're gonna hurt yourself, in the back of my mind this entire time. So what I decided to do, which I'll get into a little bit more, is just kind of pace myself and alternate between the 3 different types of exercises for myself for outdoors. Now, obviously with 75 Hard, there's no rule that you have to do one type of exercise outside. I could, if I wanted to, I could have done yoga outside. I'm not going to do yoga, but if I really wanted to, I could do that. But that's one thing that I've really enjoyed that I've done differently this time, is I really tested myself and my endurance training limits, and I've improved a lot. And that kind of does take me into the whole hybrid athlete thing too. One of my goals this year has been to become a more well-rounded total athlete, if you will. I've done bodybuilding style training now for 8 years. My endurance training has been in the pooper that entire time. The only time it's ever any good is whenever I'm on contest prep and I'm doing Stairmaster for 40 minutes, which it's the Stairmaster. Like, yeah, it's good for burning fat, but is it really helping your conditioning? No, it's not. So I really wanted to get into running for that exact reason. Not to mention the fact, of course, that I got married recently, as you guys know. I want to be able to protect her. I want to be able to protect my kids whenever I'm older. And if I can't go out and run a 10-mile run in the blink of an eye, like just if I need to, just go out and run 10 miles if I absolutely have to, what good am I going to be in battle, right? Like that's my thought process. Is like, I need to get proficient in self-defense, I need to get proficient in my conditioning, I need to get proficient in my strength training. So we've got 1 down, we're working on number 2, and then self-defense is going to be number 3. That'll be coming in the future. But going back to 75 Hard, like that's one thing that I'm really happy that went really well. One thing that I wish I had tweaked a little bit, but I kind of like that I didn't, is diet. So the first time I did 75 Hard, I was really low in calories. And I say really low, like I wasn't that low. I was eating like 2,400 calories, which for me now is like very few, but back then was like just barely a little bit. And it took me from being actually about where the body fat I am right now down to being, I could have probably prepped for a show from that point in like 8 weeks, 6 weeks, something like that. This time I decided to take a slightly different approach. This time I decided to clean up the diet quite a bit, with the only real liberties being this really, really low calorie ice cream that is nearby us in Tampa called Delights. It's 4 ounces, it's like 50 calories, and we only ever eat between 8 and 12 ounces of it. So 150 calories, it's not anything to write home about. Also, like whenever we go out to eat, like I would just make sure I got something that was, it was whole foods, but low calories and things like that. But that's been my whole focus this time, was try and eat whole foods, which is something that I hadn't really done too much of in the past. Whenever I would diet, I was always focused on just getting the lowest calorie stuff. But my wife, being an NP, being a nutritionist, having her own nutrition school and all that stuff, she of course was adamant on me eating whole foods, and so that was my main focus this time. And I think for the most part it's been really good. My energy's been really high. The one problem is I haven't seen the fat loss that I was really hoping to see. So I've been sitting at between 187 and 189 for a month and a half now, 2 months almost. I lost the first 10 pounds whenever I started 75 Hard, and then have just been kind of sitting in that area ever since. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I am noticing my body doing some recomp. It's just really, really, really slow. And so that might be one thing that I would change. But the problem that I struggle with is as I improve my endurance training, the more and more calories I'm going to end up burning, and the more and more calories I'm going to end up needing to eat. And that's kind of where I'm sitting at right now, is like I'm probably intaking a little bit less than I'm burning, but I know that if I give myself another 2 months, I'll probably be burning well over the amount that I'm currently intaking. And so do I just stay eating what I'm eating, or do I lower my calorie count for right now? I don't know. But that would probably be the other thing that I would change. 75 hard though has been really eye-opening. I had tried it while I was working in the car business, and I realized that it's nearly impossible to do everything separated out if you work certain types of jobs. The car business is one of those. If you work other certain types of jobs, it's really, really easy to do. The job I'm working now, a 9 to 5, where I work at a desk, is really, really easy to do. I don't know necessarily that I would recommend 75 hard for everybody. I understand that it's supposed to be hard, but there's a difference between it being hard and you having to go to bed every single night at 1 o'clock and then wake up at 4 every single morning. And that's kind of how it was, at least in my store in the car business. And so there's certain people that may not be able to just physically do the thing, which is totally fine. But I would suggest to those people maybe try and find a different challenge. For me, during those periods, the challenge was to not necessarily get 2 workouts in. It was just to get 1 workout in and then do everything else, because during that period of my life, I was having trouble getting to the gym even once a day. So I would recommend start there and then try and improve from there. Maybe increase the lengths of your workouts, add cardio in at the end of your workouts, something like that. Don't go to bed too late, get up early, but find some way to be able to challenge yourself still, like 75 hard does, but not completely kill yourself in doing so. Now with the 95s, it's been relatively easy. I get up at between 4 and 5 every day, go do my cardio right after I read my 10 pages, which of course is in the morning. That's my morning. My first 30 minutes of the day is spent reading a book. And it's really good, honestly. I would maybe change my time of day that I read after 75 hard to maybe the evening or something like that, because I've noticed that I do sometimes tend to find it difficult to retain information that I read in the morning. That also might happen in the evening if I'm really sleepy. Dude, it may also happen in the evening. I don't know. I think it might be because I'm pretty sleepy. Maybe it's just because I'm not taking notes. I'm not actively engaging in the book. I don't know. I'll change that maybe with the next book that I read. But right now I'm going through Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Really good book. It's pretty baseline, if I'm honest, as far as sales information goes, but it does have some pretty good insights. So I do recommend it if you're like just getting into sales. Let's talk about the hybrid athlete training and how I've kind of managed to balance everything. If you guys have watched any of my prior videos, you will know that I have experienced a lot of calf pain when running. I don't know if this might be because of the shoes that I'm wearing or the way that I'm running or what. Again, I'm a beginner. I'm still learning all this stuff. But I've experienced a lot of calf pain, and the way that I've been able to kind of work around it is not by running every day, but by running every other day or every 2 days, and kind of listening to my calves, because they'll be sore, like really sore for the next couple of days. I highly recommend drink lots of fluid and stretch a lot. That does help quite a bit. Also, get some kind of like fish oil or some kind of joint pain reduction supplement. So like I have a fish oil and I have BPN Strong Joints that I take just about every day. So I recommend doing something like that to help out with your joints, like your knees and things like that. And then ibuprofen can help with soreness, with muscle soreness, eating bananas, things like that. But definitely make sure you stay hydrated if nothing else. But I've noticed that if I space out my cardio training over the course of a day or two, like the next couple days, then it's better. So what my week has looked like recently is Monday is usually a bike ride day. Tuesday is a running day. Wednesday is a bike ride day. Thursday is a running day. Friday is a bike ride day. Saturday is a running day. Sunday, I take completely off and just do 2 walks with that little guy right there, and the wife. That's Sunday. Sunday is completely off from everything. No lifting, no running. I try not to, sort of. I try not to run on days that I'm lifting legs heavy. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out like that. Saturdays are usually a pretty good example of that, but Saturdays now have become more of an accessory focused leg day than a strength training focused leg day. Wednesdays, which I don't run on, are now more of a strength focused leg day, which I'll be taking you guys on just a little bit. But I would be very mindful of when you run and when you train heavy legs. It is important, realistically, to train your legs twice a week, your chest twice a week, your back twice a week. So you want to make sure you're still training your legs twice a week. You don't want to neglect that, especially when you're doing a lot more conditioning, because you can have a lot more muscle breakdown whenever you're doing a lot of high conditioning work. Repetition, recovery time. Be mindful of when you're doing your conditioning training with your strength training. Don't let your conditioning get in the way of your strength training, because your strength training is definitely priority number 1. You want your conditioning training to be priority number 2. And then have a goal in mind. My goal right now is to be able to do a sub 30-minute 5K. Will I do it? I don't know, but I'm working on it. Have a goal in mind, have an end goal in mind. And then once you surpass that goal, get another one and go for it again. So that would be, if I were, well, I guess I am a beginner. So as a beginner hybrid athlete, that's what my recommendation would be for anybody else looking to get into this space. Set yourself a goal. Be mindful of when you're training. Make sure you're prioritizing your strength training over your conditioning training. Make sure you get the recovery in. Anyways, it's time for leg day.
Yeah. Siege. Riley. Taz. Yeah. Set me free and give me death, there ain't no other choices. When I lay down to go to sleep, I keep on hearing voices. Little whispers in my head, man, is you fake a lawyer? Why no water, that designer, baby, pick your poison. These little demons living underneath my bed, creeping. Know the real monster lives above them all, sleeping. That subtle breathing in your closet every single evening. Thought you never see me again, looks can be deceiving. When they hear the sound of the drum, they'll be saying, oh Lord, here they come. Yeah, here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. I used to think that people die because they wicked. Nowadays people wanna see you dead because you gifted. Been ready for my tomb since I came up out the womb. So no matter what, I'm coming back and paying you a visit. Saw it coming, I predicted, but y'all wouldn't listen. No, you can't protect your riches if you never burn bridges. Flip pages, went places, made changes, still dangerous. Now I'm back, altercation, hold still, I make it painless. How it feel, baby? When you say you love me, is it real, baby? Full speed, both hands on the wheel, baby. Young Taz coming from the Mobile, baby. You know the drill, baby. Yeah. And when you hear the sound of the drum, we'll be saying, here we come. Yeah, here we come. Hey, here we come. Here we come.